I don't make a lot of personal videos here on my channel, at least I don't think that I do, and what I mean by personal is talking about myself in my day-to-day life. Things that you would not ever know about me unless you knew me in real life, or you got to observe me in real life, or assess me, whatever it be. Because the internet is a place where you can only see what I showcase you. I want to talk about some facts about myself, some personal things that I really never talked about on the internet, and maybe it will make me feel better. I don't know. But you know how people make fact videos, 25 facts about me? Kind of like that, except a little more personal rather than really superficial things that you probably don't give a shit about. For example, like, what color are my socks, or things like that. Could you stop breathing? Hey, stop. My dog has this weird infatuation when I have the window open. She puts her head, like, her nose in the crack of the window and goes, it's like you're getting high, puppy. Yeah, it's like you're getting high. Fact one about myself is that I am a giant perfectionist in regards to music. For those of you who don't know, my mom's a piano teacher and taught me piano when I was 12 years old, and I played piano up until I was 18 straight. I played a lot of piano. I can also play the ukulele, but I am primarily a pianist, and I will say that I am a very good one. The problem is that I have a flaw of myself where I am the biggest perfectionist you'll ever meet in terms of my musical talent, to where I don't like playing the piano in front of people. When I did piano recitals, I hated doing it. And it's weird because I don't fucking care if I get judged on the internet, but when it comes to my musical ability, my musical talent, which I have, and it's really high up there, I can't get myself to film another video on YouTube, have a camera set up, and be performed to play a song. Because I can read music, I can play music, and the problem is that I beat myself up if I mess up at all when I play music. I have to play music perfectly, flawlessly, with every beat, with every pause, with every note when I read music, when I play the piano. And if I mess up, I restart the whole fucking song. So rather than, you know, continuing to play through the song even though I mess up, I start at the beginning again. It's frustrating, it's infuriating that this is one area of my life, only in music, that I am this much of a perfectionist. I'm a perfectionist in many other areas of my life, but in regards to music, that's why people, when they ask me to post videos of me playing the piano on YouTube, there's like 2 videos, and they're super old videos, and they're videos where I played some really easy songs, like easy songs, because I was terrified, and I still am, to put myself out there with my musical ability. And I know the thing about music is when you publish any track or singing or whatever on the internet, YouTube specifically, there's always going to be these fucking music elitists who nitpick everything that you do when you play that song. And that drives me crazy, and I can't deal with that because I'm already a fucking perfectionist in my mind and in my head, and how I treat myself when I fucking mess up in music and I literally beat myself up. I know that I can't put myself out there in regards to sharing my musical ability, at least not yet in my life. Another fact about me that you probably don't know or didn't want to know is that I'm extremely hygienic, and what I mean by this is that I may not appear super hairy on the face, but other places, yeah. My chest is very hairy. I have long hairs that grow around my nipples. It's disgusting. So when I take a shower, if you've ever taken a shower with a woman before, or your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, I would say girlfriend. If you've ever taken a shower with your girlfriend before, you would know that girls usually take a long time in the shower. They shave their legs and so on and so forth. And I'm the same way in terms of how hygienic I am. When I take a shower, I spend more time with a razor shaving my chest, my nipples, and other parts of my body. Another fact that you probably didn't know about me is that I am literally obsessed with animals. I love animals. I always have loved animals, and in fact, that's why I went vegetarian. I tried the vegetarian diet for almost 2 months straight, and I actually did pretty damn well on the diet itself. I've tried going vegan. It's really difficult for me, and it has nothing to do with people on the internet convincing me of. It's just my personal preference. Like, I want to try it. I consider myself an open-minded individual, and even though I've said on my channel that I will never be vegan, I have tried it. I really have. I've purchased a lot of vegan stuff, and if you follow me on Instagram, Darth Reptile, I've posted, there's a shop place that I go that sells a lot of vegan stuff that I've went there and picked up stuff, and it's really good. But I love animals, and I love animals to an extent that I don't want to see animals put down in any inhumane way. If people do put down animals or kill animals, I think that it needs to be done in a really particular, specific way. And if they don't do that, I don't really want to support that industry. I don't eat pork. Another fact that you probably don't know about me. I gave up pork summer of this year. 2015, I gave up pork completely. Pork is just not a needed meat to me in my day-to-day life and diet, so I just don't see a need to where I need to eat pork, whereas I still eat chicken and fish on a regular basis. And I've cut beef out of my diet almost, like, 85%. At most, I have maybe 3 meals a month that includes beef. And to me, I'm really impressed with myself being able to do that, because I honestly thought that I was someone like, I gotta have my beef. Gotta have my beef every single day, man. I'm a goddamn American. And awesomely enough, I don't actually need beef every single fucking goddamn day. I'm fine with a zucchini or a cucumber, cutting that up and having some ranch dressing on it. Organic ranch dressing that's made with no preservatives. Trader Joe's, I'm looking at you. Another kind of personal fact about me that people probably don't know nor probably give a shit about is that I am head over heels with somebody. As cheesy and cliche as it sounds, I am truly, utterly in love. And you know, that feeling when you love someone genuinely without any expectation in return is really scary. It puts you in a huge vulnerable spot. In fact, I was so vulnerable a couple months ago about how I was feeling towards this person, and knowing that my feelings were genuine, I wanted to, and I can't believe I'm admitting this on camera, and people are going to laugh, people are going to be shocked when I announce this, but I actually went to a psychic. Yes, despite all the videos I've made on anti-religion and stuff like that, I went to a psychic, and I talked to a psychic, and had them do a reading of me, which was really, really weird. And it's personal to me that I'm actually telling people this, because I know I'm going to be made fun of for even attempting that, because I consider myself an open-minded person. You know, despite my views on religion and stuff, if something can change my mind, I can, and it was a weird experience, to say the least. They told me a lot of stuff about myself and the person I'm in love with that were true. They even referenced events in my life and her life, don't ask me how, that they basically had to a T. Like, they explained things, character flaws that I have and that she has, and stuff about us, and how I feel towards her, how she feels towards me, and it was actually a very reassuring experience, which is probably why they get so much money. Is because they know how to manipulate and reassure people of certain things that they want to happen. I don't know. But it wasn't a bad experience. But yeah, I am head over heels with this person. I am, like, truly, like, if there's one thing in my life that I am more sure about in anything in my life, is that I am truly in love with this person. I care for this person. I would sacrifice anything for this individual, which is really scary to me, because I don't know what my future holds with this person. All I can really do is hope for the best, and if the best doesn't come out as a result, that's life, you know, you move on. Love is a very scary thing to feel. It makes you very vulnerable, but just puts you in a different stage, and I feel as if, unless you really know what love is, you can't really be in it, because to me, the word love has a lot of, things that go along with that word, that if you don't have those things, then it's really not love, it's lust. And that's what I feel is like in our generation today, we have a lot of kids who confuse lust and love. And you can have both of those things combined into like, they're not mutually exclusive. But if you strictly only have lust for an individual, that's just a temporary thing. I know for myself, it's not temporary, and it's scary that I feel this way, that I'm so willing to sacrifice and do anything to see them succeed and help them in any way that I possibly can because I care and love them so much. I also think that I am very stupid in regards to mathematics, which has to do with, I think, a lot of my upbringing, being homeschooled, not having a proper math teacher teach me math. I think math is one of my probably biggest insecurities, hands down, of myself, is when people ask me a mathematical question or something and I just don't get it. I got as far as Algebra 2 in math, and it's embarrassing, but I also flunked Algebra 1 in college because I had to take some algebra classes that were low-level algebra classes, and I failed them numerous times after I paid out money out of my own pocket to take these classes, and I failed them. Math is one of my weakest, most probably insecure things I know about myself. And it sucks that I didn't have the proper education or have the proper teacher to teach me math when I needed it taught most when I was young. Because now I look at algebra and I'm just like, I can't do this. And being dyslexic really doesn't help. Another fact is that I hate my legs. May sound like an odd one, but I hate my legs. Hate them with an utter passion because I'm a very athletic person and I've been working out and I'm very, very toned, and I'm working on getting my body what it was back in 2013, which was fucking ripped as fuck. However, one of the biggest insecurities about my body that I have is actually my legs. I think this actually stems from my very first relationship where the person who I was dating at that time was very, very, very critical of my physique and my body. It made me at that time when I was 17, 18, very self-conscious of my body. And she'd always make comments, which I'm not going to get into because that's too personal, but she'd say certain things that would really hurt me and make me feel like I was inadequate, that I was disgusting, that I had a ugly looking body, because she would always insult my physical legs, because my legs are really thin. And granted, overall, I'm a very thin person, but my legs are more thin than most things on my body. And it sucks, because even when I've worked out my legs, my thighs, they're just so skinny. You know, and then I see, like, professional athletes or people who work out all the time and their legs are fucking ripped, like, they got calf muscles, like, the size of my head, and I'm like, God, I wish I could get something like that. And I don't even know if it's biologically possible for me to ever get big muscles in my legs due to my genetics, due to my body. Because it's almost impossible for me to get fat. Like, getting fat, it would be impossible. My metabolism is so high, it's insane. Another personal fact about me, and most people would not know this, is that I am a giant, huge, motherfucking introvert. People wouldn't think that because I talk so much on the camera in front of thousands of people, but when it comes to my day-to-day life, I don't like going out unless I need to go out, and even then, I only go out if it's something that's worth my time to go out. For example, spending time with the person who I love, or doing something like going to a Comic-Con convention and getting my comic book signed. I don't like going out and at all, for the most part, unless it's something that benefits me, eating food, or something that really is something that I want to do. I'm happy in my own space, my own place, and not going out or interacting with people, which is not to say I can't interact with people, because I can. I'm someone who can get in front of a class and do a public speech, and I will be fine. I won't be nervous at all. Which is weird, because typically when you think of someone who's extremely introverted, you think that they can't interact with people or can't socialize, but I can. I just don't like doing it, because to an extent it's my job here on the internet. I also hate strip clubs. Hate strip clubs. Not against people who do stripping, just don't like strip clubs. I don't like clubbing in general. I do like going to concerts every once in a while, but clubbing and strip clubs are just not for me. I'm not one of those types of people who enjoys going to the club, getting drunk, and having women grind on you. Just not my cup of tea. Another personal fact about me is that I usually cry in the showers. And I do this usually when something happens in my life that I am hurt by, or I feel like I am not good enough, or I've done something wrong to hurt somebody, or disrespect somebody that I care about. I get very overly emotional, and one of the things that I do is I like to take showers when that happens, because It allows me to cry in the shower, and I don't have to see my eyes getting nice, big, and swollen and seeing tears run down my face. It's not something that I thoroughly enjoy. Now, not every time I take showers means that I'm crying, but I'm just saying that's one of my personal things that I do is when I'm feeling very vulnerable and emotional is I like to take showers and cry in the shower. I'm sure that I'm not the only person who's done that. And one of the biggest personal facts about me, and this only stopped recently. In fact, November 2015, November 10th, keep note of this, November 10th, 2015 is when I broke free of something that I was letting hold me back for so long, and that was repression. Not repression from sex, or sexuality, or profanity, or just things in general, but repression in terms of being able to vent how I feel, to actually sit down and voice exactly how I feel and why I feel this way, and tell people and communicate to them, this is how I feel. I lived my life, growing up in the religious household that I did, I was so heavily taught that I'm not supposed to show any sort of emotion, and I'm supposed to hold everything in, how I feel about things. Like if I feel anxiety about something, or I'm worried about the person who I'm in love with, and I think she's in harm's way or something like that, that I would hold all that in, and it was terrible. It brought in impatience, it brought in anger, and November 10th is when I finally broke away with that. And even on my YouTube channel, people have been pointing out that I feel I'm a lot more open, and to an extent I am, because I'm no longer repressing how I feel about certain things. If how I feel offends somebody, oh well, I'm sorry, it does. But I can't live my life anymore repressing how I feel and repressing your emotions, because it makes you an angry individual. And me, by nature, I'm not an angry person, but when I repress how I feel about everything around me, how I feel towards people, the people I love, I care for, and stuff like that, I go insane. I become an angry, bitter man. I do. I become a hateful person. I'm super, super negative all the time, and that's not me. It never has been me. So yeah, I'm almost 25 years old, and I've just now finally been able to release that part of my life to where I'm no longer repressing how I feel. And I feel as if my friendships are growing, and they're succeeding a lot better because I am now being more open and honest with myself and other people. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this was a random video. I know, I don't even know how many people watched. I know this video is long. People don't usually watch long videos here on my channel, but hope you enjoyed this, and I will catch you guys next week.